Hello to all the Linux Deck viewers out there, and today we are going to discuss four very important functions within Microsoft Excel, and the functions are actually available on your screen, and I have written down a small description for all these functions. So before getting into the demonstration, you need to know what is the syntax of these functions and what is the purpose of using these four different functions. So let's start. Count function is only used to calculate or to count the number of rows or columns that are called as range that have only numbers. So count will only return the numbers, the count of numbers within your specified range, and it will ignore all the alphabets and empty cells. Count A function actually counts everything except empty cells, so it will only ignore the empty cells or cells which with no data. uh, it will count everything other than the empty cells. Count blank is used to count the number of empty cells within your range. So if you have cells that have no data, it will be counted by using count blank. Count if, as the name shows, that it is a conditional function, and within this function you can specify single condition, and based on this single condition you will have your output from the specified range. So let's go to the demonstration tab, and I have already created a table here. I'll just skim through the column names. The first one is rank, first name, sales, last name, and department code. See, the reason I have created these column is the first column has numbers, the second column has alphabets and spaces, the third column has numbers and spaces, and the fourth has actually names and spaces. So this is our table, and we'll try to put in formula for all these columns so that we also get to know the differentiation between all these functions when we have different data. So let's start with the count function. Every function starts with an is equals to sign. Just write count and the function will appear on your screen. Select this function. You need to select the range. We'll select column A, and the range is A2 to A101 as can be seen on your screen. I'll just close the bracket and hit enter. See, it says that the count for all these numbers is actually 100. As I told you before, that column A has only numbers. So this is the count for column A. We'll just copy this formula. We'll paste here for column B, and you can see that the range has automatically changed from A to B2 to B101. But the output here is 0 because in column B we do not have any digits or any numbers available. We'll do it for column C as well. Here it is. The answer is 93 because this formula, that is count, does not count empty spaces or empty cells. So the answer is 93, and we'll do it for column D, and the answer is 0 because it has only empty spaces as you can see here and alphabets. Now let's go to count A. Please remember that count A counts everything except empty cells. So in column A there is nothing as in empty cell. We'll use the function count A. Here it is, count A, and the argument says that you only need to select the range and it will return the output. We'll select the range as you can see on your screen here. I'll just hit enter and see what happens. The output from count and count A is similar in this case because we do not have any empty spaces here, and count A counts everything except the empty spaces. Let's repeat this for column B. See, the output is 94 because we have some empty spaces like this within column B, and the output for column C would be 93 because of these empty spaces, and for column D let's see what is the output. It's 90. You can also understand this particular function when you use count blank. According to this function, our column A does not have any blank spaces, column B should have 6 blank spaces, column C should have 7 blank spaces, and column D should have 10 blank spaces. And we know that count blank is actually a formula which is used to count empty cells. So let's try it out. I'll use count blank here, and the argument is simple. You just have to select the range. In this case, it will be from B A2 to A101. Here it is. I'll just close the bracket, and here it is. See, the answer is 0 because according to count A, everything is in non-empty cell. Now let's copy this and paste it for column B. It should be 6. Perfect. And here it should be 7. Wonderful. And here it should be 10 because count A has already told us that column D has 90 non-empty cells and total number of cells or rows that we are dealing with are 100. So this is wonderful. Now the formula that is left here is COUNTIF, and I must say that COUNTIF is a magical formula. I'll show you how. So COUNTIF actually has two arguments. The first one says that you need to identify the range. So I'll identify the range as column A, that is A2 to A101, as can be seen on your screen. Now I'll put a comma, and the second argument will be enclosed within inverted commas, and it will have a condition in between. So for example, our condition is that as we know that in column A everything is a number, so I need all numbers greater than 20. Let's see what happens. It says total numbers greater than 20 are, as can be seen from this formula, are 80. Wonderful. Let's repeat this formula for column B, but now we would like to know, as these are names and you can have a list of thousands maybe, and for example if I want to know how many David are there in the list. So let's see if it is possible with COUNTIF. I'll select column B as my range. Here it is. It's from B2 to B101, comma, and here I'll write inverted comma, and I need David. I need to count the number of David within my list. So it says you only have one David within the list. I said okay. Now let's find out any names that are starting with D. So I'll write here D, and after that I'll just put in an asterisk which shows that after D there can be any letter. I'll hit enter, and it says that you have 6 names which are starting from D. Similarly, what I can do is I need all the names that are ending on M. So I'll first put an asterisk sign, and then I'll write an M, and I'll hit enter. It says that there are 2 names in the list which are actually ending with M. Similarly, if I want to know a name that is a 5-letter word and it ends with D, that is David, so I'll put 4 question mark here, and the last letter should be D. See what it returns. It says that there is only one name, as you have already seen that there is only one David in this list, so it has returned 1. So these are the 3 magical formulas that we have just learned. You can do wonders with this formula because this formula can be used for numerous lists and when you have data in bulk. Now let's use this formula for column C as well. This has sales. So you do have lists which have sales or maybe which have revenues, profit, etc. So what I'll do is I'll use COUNTIF and I'll say that my range is column C. Here is my range, which is C2 to C101, and within inverted commas I'll say I need all the sales figure which are actually greater than 400,000, the count of all these figures. 69, wonderful. So it says that there are 69 greater than 400,000 figures within this table. See, you have 100 cells here and you have squeezed down the data according to your requirement. Now let's do it for column D, and we'll do it. We need all names that are starting with J. So I'll write here COUNTIF, and the range here is D2 to D99 because rest of the cells are actually empty, so we don't need to worry about that. And I need all the names that are starting with J, so I'll just put a J first and then I'll write static, inverted commas close, bracket close. I'll hit an enter. See how many names are with starting with A. It says 12 names are actually starting with A in this list. So I must say that this is a magical formula, and when you're working with large databases or large lists, so you don't need to worry about counting all these numbers. Just use these small formulas and your work or your life will become much more easier. Please use this for all your needs, and do let us know about your feedback about this video. And please make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, which is LearnerDAX, so that you don't miss any upcoming video. Thanks for watching this one.